Hello traders, and welcome to another video review, and we are going to talk about today's economic calendar. Today is Monday, February 19th, 2024. Let's take a look what we have here in the economic calendar at the beginning of the new trading week. As you can see, I got only medium and very important events scheduled for release. Not too many is apparently scheduled. It looks like we have a very empty calendar from the major economies. There are some data from the Thailand. There are some data from Sweden, Brazil. There is one speech from German Buba Balz scheduled for release at 1 p.m. and then 2:30 we got the RMPI data from Canada. So as you can see, there isn't much of the data for today, for the Monday, February 19th, which is why there isn't any important market movers scheduled for release. Nevertheless, let's find out what is going on the chart, and we are going to do the review of the majors. And we start from euro-dollar. Euro-dollar 4-hour chart is keep moving upward. So we just hit the 100 periods moving average on a 4-hour chart, which is located roughly around 1.0790. So we are quite close to the level of 1.0797, which is the lowest range of the supply zone, the first supply zone, as you can see on this chart of the euro dollar. We've been bouncing from the level of 1.0697 after the bullish engulfing pattern was made. Okay, so now we bounced in the wave A. We've done the let's say some sort of the correction in the wave B, and then we got another bullish engulfing, and now we are moving higher. Now 100% of the wave A measured from the lows of the wave B would be the perfect target for the bulls in order to hit the projected level of 1.0821 as the target for the wave C. So ABC corrective pattern to the upside, ideal level of termination is 1.0821, which is slightly above the supply zone upper level of 1.0805, right? So this is the situation with the from the Elliott wave point of view. Momentum wise, we are still way above the level of 50 right now. Momentum is strong at the level of 60. It's positive as well, so there's still room to the upside here. There is still room to the upside here. We should prepare for another movement higher if the supply zone is, of course, violated. However, if there is no such a thing made by bulls, and if this movement here is capped at the first supply zone, of course there will be some sort of the maybe pullback, maybe reversal, and as long as we move inside of this channel, as you can see, I got the blue channel, then the outlook is still bullish. However, if we break out of the channel, the outlook would be likely more switch to more bearish, and in that situation now we should see a fall from the channel towards the level of 1.0733, then 1.0722, and maybe even towards the lows of 1.0697 again. So everything for right now for the bulls to continue the up move is about the supply zone, the first supply zone, and the target for the wave C. Right, so please expect some kind of increased volatility when the market hits this supply zone. Okay, so that was the euro dollar. Now British pound. The British pound situation is quite different, because we already broke above this supply zone, and we hit the level of 1.2625, which is the 100 period moving average on a 4-hour chart, of course. So now this market still wants to move higher. Nevertheless, if you take a look here at the dynamics of this move, you can clearly see this is the typical corrective movement, right? So despite the fact that momentum is positive in the short term, Momentum is quite strong, 57 points. We should see some sort of the reversal coming soon on the British pound, unless there is a spike up straight towards the last technical resistance and the swing high from the last week, located at 1.2691, which is of course this level here. We can add a few things here on this chart. The first thing we are going to add is the lower line here, because it looks like this market needs some sort of the local trend line. So as long as we are above this local trend line, the outlook remains of course bullish. Nevertheless, when we zoom out, you can see that this is on the local line, and after this very long period of the consolidation, long for the for our time frame chart, we got this very nasty breakout, then some kind of the resumption or pullback, then again very nasty and dynamic and aggressive sell-off. So maybe third time lucky, because we are already trying to move higher. So we should expect some sort of the bearish reaction again. The bears are very active on the British pound. They are trying to sell the British pound anytime they can on of course certain levels. So this market, despite this very nice positive momentum in the short term, is still under the bearish control. All right, so as you can see, we should expect another movement lower soon on the British pound. Let's now find out the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. What is going on here? Well, the first thing I would like to point out is not on the price chart, it's on the momentum chart. As you can see, we last time bounced from the level of 50, which is the neutral level on a 4-hour chart, went towards the extremely overbought market conditions, pulled back, went even higher with new yearly high, then reversed very, very sharply, and then a pullback was made, and then again we are testing the level of 50, which is the neutral level, very, very close to the level of 150 on the price chart. So if we zoom in, what we can see is of course the perfect, almost perfect correction, right? One-to-one correction during this up move. Now this line that was a support line during the up move was violated with the low at 149.55. Then the market went a little bit higher, tested this line several times. Finally bearish engulfing was made here. We got the bearish engulfing, and now we are moving of course lower. This level here might be considered. Let me just zoom out because I want to see the level. Okay, it's old level. Nevertheless, we will leave it on the chart, and we will add the overbalance level as well. So the overbalance low is here, 149.55, 149.80. This is the local demand zone. But if there's any breakout below this zone, then we have of course situation when the downside movement will be extended lower, and then there is no equal corrections here, right? 1-to-1 correction. So in that situation, that would be wave A, wave B, counter trend, a local counter trend pullback, and then wave C to the downside, targeting most likely 148.87. Otherwise, we can still bounce from this zone. Everything depends on this local supply, demand zone. If we bounce from the demand zone, then we can challenge the 150.89 last swing high and go even higher. Okay, US dollar to the Canadian dollar. US dollar to the Canadian dollar is following our pattern. The pattern is very, very simple. Every time we go up, then we have some kind of a pullback, then we break the blue line. We got some kind of a pullback, we break the blue line. We got some kind of a pullback, we break the blue line. We got some kind of a pullback. Well, if history repeats, and this is the base of the technical analysis, we should see another movement to the upside. Of course, even this level 1.3585 might be challenged during this upward movement, so please stay focused, stay vigilant, because that movement might be very nice in terms of the pips, and if there is any new high, there is no problem for the bulls to go towards the levels above 1.36 if there is a kind of a new high. Okay, so momentum right now 44 points. So as you can see, it's negative, but it's okay because it was like this during all of these pullbacks here. If there is any movement, let's say level wise, let me just say this maybe 1.3506. If there is any breakout above this level, we might be expecting extension to the upside towards this last swing high 1.3585. So last but not least, Bitcoin. What Bitcoin did was quite spectacular, because we are done with the bearish divergence, because we went towards the neutral level. Right, so this consolidation, these weekly consolidations here, and this let's say first pullback and consolidation during the weekend was apparently all in line with our expectations. Now we are way above our main channel, which is the yellow channel. Now we are approaching the last week high, 52,880. 100 periods moving average is 52,860. So there might be some sort of the resistance here around this last week high, yearly high, and of course the moving average. Nevertheless, if there's any breakout, we should see spike higher towards 55,000 dollars zone. And as you can see, the momentum starts to picking up a little bit, so there's still room to the upside. There is still room to the upside here. The uptrend is still in place. The uptrend is intact, and the bulls are in charge of the Bitcoin. Bearish divergence was resolved. We should see new highs this week, maybe even today, maybe tomorrow. Nevertheless, this week on Bitcoin. That's everything for me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.